A very good afternoon to everyone present here. With warm greetings, it gives me a great pleasure to extend a warm welcome on behalf of Department of Civil Engineering, Amity School of Engineering and Technology, Amity University, Haryana, conducting wonderful 5 days global workshop on Overseas Career and Educational Expo. So now I'm handing over to Dr. Naveen BP sir, head of the Department Civil Engineering, to give brief introduction to the speaker. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to 5 days global workshop on Overseas Career and Education Expo. Greeting from Department of Civil Engineering, Amity University, Haryana. Our main objective of workshop is to provide an overseas career counseling to help our students to identify the right study abroad course which will match their skill and job expectation. This workshop will assist their aspiring students to select the right career based on their profile, which ultimately help them to succeed. Now, I would like to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Arjun LM. He completed his MSc in Management and International Business, Nottingham, University of UK. He has 5+ years of experience in international student recruitment. He is working as a UK team lead, international student recruitment. Also, he is qualified CMI Level 7 certificate, practiced personal development as strategic manager. He helped 1,000+ students to migrate the abroad. With this introduction, now I would request Mr. Arjun to deliver a talk on UK student visa roadmap. Thank you. Now it's over to you, Arjun.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, team. First and foremost, thank you very much for joining the session and for your valuable time. And I'm extending my gratitude to your team for supporting these universities for the coming intakes like May and September. So for this session, mainly, I would like to discuss more about the UK university general presentation. That is how students would like to go to this country. There are a lot of countries like the students would choose to study abroad, mainly United Kingdom, USA, Canada, Australia. So I'm mainly concentrated on United Kingdom. This is a prime study destination. Why? There are a lot of factors are affecting for choosing this country. For example, in the academic wise, or in the social life experience, or in the entertainment purpose. Apart from the academics, I'm saying that apart from the academic, does the student have the opportunity for a social life? Will there be a space for entertainment? Will there be a space for internationals? You know, comparing with other English-speaking countries, there are a lot of even the internationals are facing some issues. Yeah, depending upon the weather, will there be a racism? So this United Kingdom is a prime study destination, and we can directly choose this country without any hassles. And I would like to explain more about some myths about studying in UK, because these some factors like the weather is terrible all year long, studying in UK costs a fortune, high cost of living, no job certainty, getting PR. PR means in the sense permanent residence in UK is impossible. If the international would like to go for a migrated to other countries, the UK getting PR in UK is impossible. UK degree don't hold any value. 1-year masters is not recognized across the world. IELTS, GRE, and GMAT is mandatory. These are the myths about studying in the UK, and these points are being circulated throughout the internet, and those who are unsuccessful students have been spreading these kind of myths about studying in UK. So coming slides will explain you all about the realities the student faces in UK. So we can start from the map and the popular cities of UK. Most of the students are consider this country as a UK. UK is not a country. It's a union of 4 nations, that is England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. So these are the countries, the union of 4 nations combining the United Kingdom. So the student wants to go for a United Kingdom. That means they are eligible to study in any of these 4 countries. And only one visa is issuing by these countries. So coming to England, the capital city is London, and Scotland is Edinburgh, Northern Ireland is Belfast, and Wales is a Cardiff. So we all know that the universities are named after the cities. even in India as well, we have the University of Delhi, University of Mumbai, University of Goa. The universities are named after cities. So I'm mentioning here the cities. The London, we have a London School of Economics. We have University of Birmingham, Manchester University, University of Leeds. So these universities are named after the cities. And here the symbols are just a symbolic representation of the cities. You can see there is a guard here. It's a Birmingham Palace Guard, and this is a clock tower, and this is our main highlight: London Bridge, telephone booth, cup and tea, cup of tea, umbrella. These are the symbolic expression, and double-decker bus. So this is a symbolic expression, and once we are seeing the symbols, we have generally remind this country, the UK. So coming to the next slide, that is language, currency, time zone, weather, and population. So knowing a country means knowing the cities, their language, currency, the time zones, weather, and population. We all know that the official language is English, even though the UK is a multicultural country. That is, a lot of internationals has been migrated to UK, and they have, you can see, more than 177 nationalities in the UK. So even though if it is any multicultural, the official language is English, and the currency is called the Great Britain pound, and the currency conversion is approximately 100 rupees. 1 GBP is equal to 100 rupees. And for the timings, we know some of them, very few of them knows the time changing. That is, the nearly 5.5 hours behind of India. That means, for example, 1 p.m. in Indian time is 7:30 a.m. in the UK time. And there is a time change. That is, in the winter time, it is 5.5 hours behind of India. And in the summer time, from April to September, in that meantime, the time we are 4.5 hours behind of India. So these are the time change I would like to explain, because most of them doesn't know this time changing until you are in the UK. Or very few if your friends would know this case, they will explain the very interesting time changing period of United Kingdom. And weather, mostly the temperature in the UK generally ranges between 10 degrees Celsius in winters and 30 degrees Celsius at the peak of summers. As you can see, this temperature we have been experienced in India. In Delhi, we all know that in winter time it's nearly 10 degrees Celsius, and at the summertime it's maximum up to 40. I'm from Kerala, so here at the summer period it's around 38-40 degrees Celsius. So if you are an Indian, we can cope up with the UK temperature. If some places, for example, in the northern region, highly northern regions, they do have in the winter period, they have a less than 10 degrees Celsius. And even in the very few of days, in 2 to 3 days maximum, they experience a minus degree, it up to maximum minus 10. For example, Scotland, from you can see in the map, the Scotland is here. It's a northern region. Here we can experience, I mean, the student would like to study in Edinburgh or in a Glasgow. At the winter time, they experience in 2 to 3 days maximum, not in a whole month. Very few days, the student will experience negative temperature maximum up to minus 10 degrees Celsius. If the students are studying here, England, Wales, or Northern Ireland, they don't experience that much the horrible temperature at all. So that's I would like to share about the weather. And the population, we all know this is a very few population, that is 67 million, comparing to any other countries. It's a very few population. So they are welcoming the internationals, for they have a very big country and having a 67 million. So these are the general knowledge rule, and every students who have to know this who studying for UK would choose to study in UK. And coming to the next slide, the popular subjects to study in UK is engineering, management, arts, computer science, life science, hospitality management, and culinary arts, law, and architecture. These are the popular subjects. That means in the engineering subject, we do have a lot of general, special, super special courses. For example, engineering management, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, aeronautical engineering. There are a lot of areas, subjects you can fall under engineering subjects. Even in the same like management, we do have a lot of management courses, more than 100 plus management courses. And also you can see there are specialized some universities in UK. There are 121 UK universities. So apart from these universities, there are private universities also available in UK, and they have very specialized courses. And some universities are known from the subjects. For example, engineering, if the student wants to study an aeronautical engineering, there is a famous university called Cranfield University. It's a very famous university to study the aeronautical engineering. They have been in in top 50 rankings all over the world. They have been in between top 50 rankings. So if the student wants to study or they want to excel in that subject, they can specializely choose that university, Cranfield. I'm just saying an example. If the student wants to study on those particular universities, they have the options available in UK. The student wants to study hospitality management and culinary arts. We have a university in Northern Ireland called Ulster University. It's a very good university to study the hospitality management and culinary arts. For the life sciences also, Ulster University is very famous. And for the law, you can, best option is University of Law. They do have 15 campuses in UK. I'm just saying the examples. So these are the popular subjects to study in UK. And coming to next slide, top 5 university with a great employability and teaching excellence. You know, the UK university have a framework that's called a National Higher Education Framework. They do have regulator qualification framework. They do have higher education institution framework. Upon these frameworks, the universities have been fall under rankings. So you can most of the students, if for example, if a student wants to study a university, definitely that student search in a Google. So they will definitely find, they will definitely know the Times Higher Education rankings. They are following these frameworks. So almost all universities in UK are fall upon this framework, that is National Higher Education Framework, Regulatory Qualification Framework, and National Higher Education Framework. These all universities in UK have fall under this framework. That means if you study any course in UK, that's been recognized all over the world. Even the master's program is a 1 year. You know, we all know that the master's program in UK is a 1 year, comparing with other English-speaking countries like USA, Canada, Australia, or Northern Ireland. You can see the master's program is a 1 year. And so most of them have any concerns that, oh, 1 year master's program will be valuable even in India or any other country. So I extending those explanation, that is a National Higher Education Framework, a regulatory qualification framework, that is NHF, NQF, RQF. All universities are fall under this framework. So they've been very famous. If the student wants to study in UK, that means recognized all over the world. So upon these framework, these are the top ranked university, that is University of Birmingham, University of Leicester, Cranfield, Liverpool, Manchester University. These are top ranked university upon those frameworks. And also the affordable university. Affordable university in the sense the cost of studying, the tuition fees and the living expenses or in that university. That's in the sense I mentioned the affordable university, De Montfort University, University of Northampton. Even it is affordable university, they're all very good university. They have a teaching excellence framework. University of Northampton is a gold rated. The teaching excellence framework, they have a 3 metrics, that is gold, silver, and bronze. And University of Northampton is a gold rated university. So even if it is an affordable university, the student can choose with comparing with the top ranked university. University of Northampton is also a best ranked university with an affordable university. So coming to the next slide, the tuition fees, academic requirement, English requirement, and the style back option. So the tuition fees are ranged between 8,000 GBP to maximum 25,000 GBP. It's upon the courses they have chosen, and it's upon the university they have chosen. It's upon the city they have chosen to study. So the tuition fees ranges between a minimum 8,000 GBP to maximum 25,000 GBP. And for the academic requirement, this is a basic requirement. It's vary upon the universities. There's a minimum is 55% for the masters and 60% for the bachelors. I'm quoting one example here. If the student wants to study any of the university in UK, if the student have more than 60%, he is eligible to study all over the universities in UK. If he have more than 60%, if it is less than 60%, they have very less than comparing with the other university. They have still they have options. So this is a basic one I'm mentioning here, minimum 55% for the master. If they don't have less than 55%, they do have still options in University of UK, that for example, University of Law, admitting students, those who have less than 55 and above 50. They are accommodating the students in between that range. I'm just explaining that particular example. And for the bachelors, they do have minimum 60%. It's a basic one. Some university, I told you, they have criteria and frameworks. They need to keep up the rankings. So they do accommodate the students, those who have more than 60%. If he have more than 65%, he is eligible to most of all the universities in UK for studying a bachelor program. There is another case if the scores are below the required marks. For example, if the student doesn't have secured a minimum of 50%, that means less than 50% and a pass mark, they still have options to study in UK. For example, they can choose a pathway programs. That means if a course starts on September or a course starts in January, prior to that course, a 6 month prior to the course, they can choose a pathway program. They have to study some courses in UK, English assessment, general basic courseworks, to how to do the courseworks. They have to take a pathway program to eligible for the bachelor program or even the master's program. If the student doesn't secure a 60% in the higher grade 12, they can choose a pathway program. If the student doesn't secure minimum 55%, they do have a pathway program. Then they can eligible to the reputed or the most ranked university. They can go towards the university study in UK. So the international, they do have a lot of opportunities and they have a lot of courses. It's a mandate. Most of the universities have a mandatory criteria, that is IELTS overall 6.5 accepted in all universities. They do need this IELTS score, but some universities, very few universities, are waiving the IELTS based on the 12th English score, a medium of instruction. That means a medium of instruction in English. The student studied in a bachelor, they do get an IELTS waiver. And also if the student doesn't have the medium of instruction, very few universities are offering a university English test. So the student can attend those English tests. Some universities are offering a free test. Some universities are taking a very few fees, that is less than £50 for registering that English test. Comparing with IELTS exam, it's pretty low. So the student can choose a university English test to waive off the IELTS band of 6.5 with not less than 5.5. Band means listening, speaking, reading, and writing. I think all of them know that band. So they have to secure minimum 5.5 in all of the bands. See, GRE is not required for the UK. It's mainly for the US countries, USA, Canada. The GRE is required. For the UK, they don't. GRE is not a mandatory requirement. And for the stay back, the student can stay up to 24 months after the graduation. See, the UK government is recently announced this stay back option in 2020 April summer vacation. The UK government introduced the stay back option, that is after successful completion. See, there is a condition there. After successful completion of the course, that means a 1 year of course, the student will get a 4-month stay back. I'm repeating, after successful completion of course, I mean 1 year course, the student will get a 4-month stay back. So in the first month, the student will get the results. That means if the student successfully completed the program, they can apply for the post-study work visa. That is 24 months. So after completion of the course, in the next month, the results will be published. The university will write a mail to the embassy. They will revert back to the students with the eligibility for applying the post-study work visa. And in the remaining 2 months, they will get the post-study work visa. That means 1 year, 4 months of stay back, plus after getting the post-study work visa, the student can get to stay in the country for another 24 months. That is 2 years. So coming to the next slide, everyone wants to know the part-time. Yes, the international can work 20 hours per week. That means in a study period, the university for the master's program, they do have 15 to 20 hours in a week. Remaining time, they can go for a part-time. There is a limit that is 20 hours per week. That means in the study period, and in the holidays, the university have a holidays in term wise. I mean, after 3 months of the course or in a trimesters, they do get a holiday, maybe Christmas holiday, maybe an Easter vacation or summer vacation. At that time, the student can work for 40 hours per week. I'm repeating, that's for holidays. So the wages should be around 7 GBP to 9 GBP. There will be a hike in every year. It's around 50 pence to £1. There will be a hike. If the student is he's 25, more than 25 years old, he will get 9 to 9.5, normally £10. And in the night shift, the students can work also the night shift. Some employers will offering more than £10, nearly 12 to 13 pounds. The student will get that wage in the part-time. So there are different types of jobs, on-campus jobs and off-campus job. There is a facility, the university have their own website for finding these jobs. They have a library, cafeteria, admission office, tutor assistant, global lounge, student ambassador, etc. The student can find a part-time job through the university own website, or they do have a team, a placement team in the university. They can have an appointment with that team and have a acquaintance with the team, and they can find a part-time jobs, even off-campus job also. Some small medium enterprises have do agreement with the university to get the students for the job. So they do have a facility for the off-campus job also. For example, residential coordinator, food chain, call center, groceries, shopping malls, off license shop, etc. They do have a lot of opportunity for the part-time. The university UK university, they do have a team, placement team, and they do have a very good websites to find those jobs. And also the freelancing contractual jobs are also available if the student is very good in some skills, some sort of skills and management skills or digital marketing. They can do that freelancing job. If they are good in any subjects, they can take any tuitions for the students. Those who are looking for looking for a tuition, they can take that job. That's a freelancing contractual jobs. And coming to the living expenses, these are the basic amount. Maximum is 800 GBP for the accommodation. It's depending upon the student's lifestyle. If any student is an extravagant, maybe it's more than that. It's a maximum is 800 GBP. Food is maximum 200, miscellaneous 200 GBP. Overall, it ranges between 400 to 1300 GBP per month. I'm repeating, it's upon the student's lifestyle. If they can live below this amount. If they have agree with staying with any friends, they can sharing with the rooms. They do can below this amount, below this range. It's a basic one I'm mentioning here, 400 GBP to 1300 GBP per month. And explaining more about the post-study work opportunity. Previously, I mentioned that stay up to 24 months after the course completion to find a job. See, the university, not the university is offering, the UK government is offering this 24 months after the successful course completion. They can apply for the post-study work visa. The university have their own visa compliance team. They can find help from that team also to getting that post-study work visa. And there are some other visas. I'm explaining that the student can apply for a Tier 5 temporary work GAE visa, that is government authorized exchange visa, and can stay up to another 24 additional months. That is, the university have a medium memorandum of understanding, or they do have an agreement with the external bodies, international bodies like British Council, even the UK government. They do have an internship programs. Even the multinational companies, they do have very good internship programs. So some very good university have an agreement with these MNCs, professional bodies. So they are offering the students a internship program, that is a government authorized exchange visa. So they can find those programs. Also the university team will help students to find those programs, and they can apply for that, and there's some frameworks for that. They need to clear those frameworks to getting those tier 5 temporary worker GAE visa, and they can stay up to another 24 additional months after the post-study work visa. And also the another option is student can apply for the startup visa to stay up to 24 months and can switch to innovator visa. I'm explaining that the student can apply for a startup visa. That is, if the student have a very good business proposal, the university have an entrepreneurship team, or the students union having an entrepreneurship team. So they can have take an appointment with that team, and you have to explain your business proposal, and that team will help the students to find a financial sources. If he successfully got that financial source, they can apply for the startup visa with the help of a solicitor in UK. So the UK university will help the students for the financial sources if they have very good business proposal, and they can get a financial sources and apply for the startup visa. So they will get, if they're successful in that, they will get a 24 additional months. Again, they will get a 24 months an extra step, and can switch to innovator visa. That means in that staying, in the staying in 24 months, they are getting a very good financial returns. They can apply for, it's a source, there is a source, right? A financial return. They can apply for a switch to innovator visa. They can apply for a innovator visa. So they can stay up to another 3 years. That means the government considers this student is valuable for their country. That means a very good financial sources. So UK government will help those students to get that innovator visa. So altogether, startup visa 24 months. If you have a very good financial sources, they can switch to innovator visa for 3 years. Altogether 5 years, they can get a permanent residence. That means indefinite leave to remain. They don't need any visa for coming to UK. So these are the options in United Kingdom. And here the Netherlands, there is another option. If the student completing a program in UK, they do have opportunity in Netherlands. How it's possible? If the student study a university or subject rank, see the subject rank, some university have a subject ranking. It's fall under top 200 world ranking, in the sense Times Higher Education, THE ranking, QS ranking, Shanghai ranking. It's below 200. The student can apply for a job search visa in Netherlands. They do have very MNC companies over there, so they can take advantages of that country also, Netherlands, after studying in UK. See, a lot of opportunities. Also in Canada, for the post completion of course in UK, they do get a very good credit after completing a course in UK for applying for the express entry visa. I do have a lot of students after studying, after completion of the course, they went to Canada after getting the very good score in the for applying for the express entry visa. They are still in Canada. And for the Australia, it's upon a skilled independent visa. The Australia have a framework, that is, they have been shorter skilled, like engineering related jobs. They have a shorter skill independent visa. That means if the student have a very good experience in the engineering sector, after that completion of the course in UK, they can apply for a skilled independent visa in Australia. They easily will get an Australian visa. So there are a lot of opportunities after the successful completion of the course. And also note that they still have more opportunity to get jobs in UK, Middle East, and India with very good pay scale. And coming to the next slide, previously I mentioned the permanent residence. that is indefinite leave to remain. That means after the student have to stay for 5 years in a tier 2 visa. That means tier 2 visa is a work visa to eligible for a permanent resident. For example, if the student successfully completed the course in UK, and the university is offering a placement opportunity, if the employer is happy with your services, they will give you a tier 2 visa. So if the student can secure the tier 2 visa and stay up to 5 years in that visa, they are eligible for a PR, permanent residence. And another option is student have to stay for more than 10 years on tier 4, they are eligible for a PR. See, if the student wants to study a bachelor program, again he do another bachelor program. It's altogether 8 years or 7 years. They can apply for a master's program, which again 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Now it's been a tier 4 for staying up to 10 years. They will get a permanent residence. And also, previously I mentioned this student can apply for a startup visa and stay up to 24 months, and having a very good financial returns, they can switch to innovator visa. That's one is here. They will get eligible for the permanent residence. So note that UK have an approximately 50,000 sponsored companies where the student can apply for a full-time job. That means, the UK university, that means there are a lot of 50,000 sponsored companies. And most of the 50,000 companies, and nearly 20 to 25,000, they do have agreement with the UK university for sponsoring the students to get a job, a full-time job after the successful completion of the course. That's explaining about the post-study work visas, details, and the permanent residence. And coming to this slide, top 5 popular alumni of UK, we all know that our former president, former Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, is an alumni of UK, and the economic scientist, our former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, also an alumni of the UK, and popular figures like Varun Dhawan, Parnidhi Chopra, Arnab Goswami, they're all the top 5 popular alumni of UK. And the benefits of studying in UK, that is, UK is the world most popular study destination. After the previous slides, you all know that UK is a very good opportunity. It's the most popular study destination. UK university are among the best in the world. I explained you that there is a framework, a national NHF, NQF, RQF. These all universities fall under these regulations and been valuable, and it's being recognized all over the world. And the shorter duration of course, you all know that the master's program is a 1-year program, and it reduces your living expenses. The shorter duration of course reduces the cost if you are studying in UK. UK has a multicultural environment. Explaining my experience, I studied a master's in international business and management in Nottingham University, and I have a 15 internationals from various for studying that particular course. See, 15 international in one class. So you have an exposure to get acquaintance with the multicultural cultural difference. That will be a very valuable while you are going for an MNC company. You will be facing those multicultural issues. So if you are acquaintance with this environment, will be very highly beneficial for the students to experience this multicultural environment. And UK is a home of English, the management courses, even any courses, for working in an MNC, you need a very good communication skill. So it is the best option. It's an English speaking country. UK is a home of English. The students can take advantages of that opportunities. And many universities are offers placement year. So if the student, after the completion of the course, they can take advantages of placement year, and they can make sure the tier 2 worker visa from the employer. An easy admission and visa procedure, it's normally take a maximum of 2 months if their applications are everything perfectly scanned, all documents, they don't have any issues with any documents or any paperwork. It's maximum 2 months. For getting an offer from the university, it's nearly take minimum of 7 working days and maximum of 2 weeks, because some courses need a confirmation from the academic teams like professors or any staff, academic staff. They need a final confirmation whether the student needs to study here. So for some courses only. So that means I'm saying for getting an offer letter, it's maximum 2 weeks. And if they have any conditions to satisfy, if they satisfying those conditions in 1 month, and after applying for the visa, it's maximum up to 2 months. That means easy admission and visa procedure, and possibility of admission to university without IELTS. I already mentioned some universities without IELTS they can study in UK. These are the benefits. So from the previous slides, we have been experienced the weather is terrible all year long. No, it's not. You'll be able to experience all 4 seasons: chilly winter, autumn season, spring season, summer season, autumn season. These are the 4 seasons. Maximum 10 degrees Celsius to maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. It's adaptable for the Indians, those who are going to UK. And UK university tuition fees is high? Not at all. It's not. If the students are planning in the right way. For example, I already mentioned the course fees is around minimum 8,000 GBP to 25,000 GBP. If most of the universities are offering a scholarship, so they can take advantage of that. And also they have a what we say that the explaining about the installment option. Some universities are accepting the installment option. So they can take advantage of that after acquaintance with the administrative finance, student finance team. They will get an installment option. So the UK university's tuition fees is high is a myth. The reality is, if the students plans in the right way, they can study. It's not cost a fortune. And accommodation and cost of living is expensive in the UK. It depends upon the lifestyle. I always told every student, if you are an extravagant, it will be very expensive to stay in UK. If they can manage all the expenses, it's pretty easy to cope up with the financial student finance. Finding job is difficult, not at all. I already mentioned the students have an option to apply and get jobs in 50,000 companies. They do have agreement with the MNC companies, and small medium enterprises to MNC companies, they do have options. And the UK getting PR, I already mentioned, it's possible with a number of job opportunities. 1-year masters are recognized across the world. I told NHF and RQF frameworks. IELTS, GRE, and GMAT is a mandatory to study in UK. No, GRE is not at all required for UK. GMAT is required only in the top business school like Oxford, Imperial College, top ranked university. They are considering the GMAT because there are a number of applications will coming, overwhelming number of applications will come. So they will consider a GMAT for the top business schools. And IELTS is waived in many universities. The students can study without IELTS upon the 12th English score, a medium of instruction, or the university English test. They can waive off the IELTS. So the next is a visa fund requirement and sources. The visa funds, the student needs to show that is the outstanding tuition fees plus living expenses, and that amount should be 20 days older in account. If they are using a savings account, they have to show minimum 28 days mature period of outstanding tuition fees plus living expenses. If a student get an offer letter from the university, to secure the place, student has to pay minimum maximum of 5,000 pounds. So the tuition fees is, if for example, if a tuition fees is 15,000 pounds, and after getting an offer letter, university asks the students to pay the initial deposit. That means a 5,000 pounds. So the outstanding tuition fees is 10,000 pounds plus the living expenses. The UK government have a standard living expenses. In the inner London, it's around 12,006 GBP, and in the outer London, 9,207 GBP. So the outstanding tuition fees is 10,000, and the living expense, if the student chooses to study in inner London, they have to show 12,006 GBP. So altogether, 22,006 GBP to show in the bank account is for a 28 days older. If you're using a savings bank account, or if the scenario is different, if the student wants to show a fixed deposit, they can visa funds need to be 28 days older in the account. And if the student have an educational loan, they don't need to show for a 28 days older. If they get a loan sanction letter in the next day, they can submit that document in the university. So they are eligible to get the visa for the UK. So I'm explaining some scenario, that is if the students are showing a parent's account, they need to show some other documents like a parent's guardianship, court of guardianship affidavit needed, maybe a birth certificate needed. It's upon the scenarios, the different scenarios. Anyhow, basically the student needs to show outstanding tuition fees plus living expenses. And if they are using a savings account, the visa funds to be 28 days older in account. And if they are showing a fixed deposit, the visa funds need to be 28 days older and to be mature, and make sure that amount should be available at any point of time. Maybe the fixed deposit have a maturity days. They can't withdraw the amount. So in that case, they can't use that fund. Only the mature fixed deposit funds and available at any point of time and need to be 28 days older, they can use these to eligible for the visa requirement for studying in UK. So the next is offer letter turnaround time. Mostly in university, I told you 24 hours. If they have very good application, that means in the sense they have submitting all documents perfectly scanned. Some university have a very good turnaround time. That is 24 hours maximum. I told 2 weeks, 15 working days from day of application submission. And the visa decision time is we all know super priority visa takes 24 working hours. Clearly see working hours. That means a minimum 3 days, not maximum 3 days. For the priority visa, it takes 5 working days. Normal visa takes normally 15 to 30 working days. So the general knowledge for the offer turnaround time and visa decision time. And for the document checklist, every student have to submit these mentioned documents, that is passport, grade 10 mark sheet, 12 mark sheet, LOR, that is a letter of recommendation. That if the student studied a bachelor's in any university, they have to submit a recommended letter from the professors or the principal with a letterhead of the university or the college, having a phone number and a registered email domain. Then only the university has to verify the students' genuinity. If they have any doubts regarding their application, they need to verify with the recommended letter, that is LOR. They have to submit 2 to 3 letter of recommendation for studying the master's program. And for the bachelor's program, 2 is enough, 2 letter of recommendation from the principal and the class teacher. And SOP is also a mandatory, that is statement of purpose. Student needs to write minimum 700 to 1,000 words that how passionate he is to study this course, and he needs to explain his career aspirations, everything he needs to explain himself, he needs to explain himself or herself. The student needs to explain their educational background, their ambitions, dream, how passionate to study that course in UK. They have to submit a very strong statement of purpose. And for the bachelor's students, if a bachelor student wants to study a master's in UK, they have to show individual certificates, a transcript, consolidated mark sheet, degree certificate. See, the consolidated mark sheet means all semester mark sheet in a single paper having the grading scale. See, every university have a different framework for calculating the percentage. The student needs to submit the consolidated mark sheet, it's a mandatory document. Individual, some university don't provide any individual certificates, so they can have a transcript or a consolidated mark sheet along with a degree certificate. See, if the student is recently passed out, for example, in 2021 or last month of 2021, he passed, he can also apply in UK with a provisional degree certificate. If they don't have a degree certificate, they can apply for a professional and apply to the UK university. They do accept the provisional degree certificate for recently passed out students. If the student is passed in 2019 or 2020, they have to submit the degree certificate if they are applying for a master's program. If they're applying for a bachelor's program, 10th and grade 12 is enough. And for applying for the master's, they definitely need a transcript or consolidated mark sheet, professional degree certificate for the recent passed out students. For the rest of the students have to submit a degree certificate, it's a mandatory one. And IELTS, PTE, Duolingo. These PTE and Duolingo are private English testing bodies. Some universities, most of the universities accept IELTS and PTE. Duolingo have some restrictions. Some very few universities are accepting Duolingo. It's a private English testing body. It just cost 4,000 rupees a Duolingo test. So some very few universities are accepting Duolingo test. Most of the universities are accepting IELTS and PTE. Also, if they doesn't have this testing certificate, they can apply. Some universities are accepting 12th English score. I already mentioned medium of instruction or university internal English test. They do accept those certificate also. And also the student needs to submit a mandatory and the work experience. If the student have an education gap after completing the bachelor's course, if they have an education gap, they have to submit a work experience, because university wants to know that the students after successful completion of the course, what did he do? If whether the student will fall up in any criminal conviction, they can't find out, right? So they need if the student have an education gap, they need to submit a work experience certificate. That's why I put it in as optional. If they do have an education gap, they have to submit work experience. If they doesn't have an education gap, they don't need to submit a work experience. So that's all about my UK general presentations. If you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to ask.
Yes, it was nice presentation, Arjun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I want to clarify, when we are applying for any country, the CV should be molded as per their country format, right?
No, it's not like that. It's a general CV. It's acceptable. They just need to know the whole picture of the students. They need to verify it. So the general CV, there is no particular format or not at all. They need it. They're applying for a course. They just need a profile student. That's enough. Yeah.
For the job, they will expect this.
Yes, for the job. Yes, exactly. Job, there is a criteria. For applying for any MNC companies or even in any small medium enterprises in UK, the student needs to prepare a very good CV upon their format. So the university have a placement team. If the student wants to apply for any companies, they can prepare a general CV and have an appointment with the university teams. They will guide the students how to prepare job based. Even for the part-time jobs, they do have some follow-ups. So they can, the student can easily, they have to ask those services. They can't service freely. The student has to ask for the services. They will definitely help the students to prepare that CV and for the covering letter. Yes, as per the employer's needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, one of the candidate is asking, do we need to submit a statement of intent when applying for the masters?
Yeah, of course. Statement of purpose is an important document. The UK, all universities in UK needs the statement of purpose. They need to verify how passionate this student is to study this course in UK, this particular university. Why don't they study in other English-speaking countries? So they need to know how passionate the student is for studying this course, particularly this university. So the student needs to explain why I choose this university, because this university is offering a very good placement opportunity. They have a very good ranking. They would have a very academic staff. Their library is very good. So they need to explain a lot in the statement of purpose. They will definitely accept the student. See, there are, I'm adding some more details. If, for example, I do have a strange experience, that is a student who passed the grade 12, and he doesn't have any bachelor's program, and he have a very good experience of more than 8 to 10 years of experience in the managerial sector. See, most of the university don't accept this student generally in the sense, but he write a very good SOP to the academic staff, and they consider his students passionate, and they do give directly masters to the student without the bachelor's.
I understand.
Yeah, it's a very rare case, and for generally we need a bachelor's for eligible for the master's program. So I'm just explaining how important the statement of purpose is.
Another candidate, yes, she's asking how to get the scholarship.
Scholarship, some universities have a framework, that is, if they apply for the university, they will directly get the scholarship upon to the academic percentage of the score, academic percentage. they do have directly give. For example, in University of Northampton, if the student have more than 60%, they will get a 10% of scholarship. And if they have more than 64% and below 74%, they do get 20% of scholarship. And if the student have more than 75%, they will get a 30% of scholarship. It's nearly around 4 lakh rupees without applying for the scholarship. Directly get those scholarship in the offer letter. Mostly the courses are range between 12,000 to 15,000 GBP. If they have more than 75%, they will directly get a 4,000 GBP. That's nearly 4 lakh rupees. So the student can study within 10 lakhs in University of Northampton, and Northampton have a gold rating in the excellence framework. See, it's not it's a very good option if the student have. And some universities, they do have another frameworks, like if they are eligible, if the academic teams know that, yeah, this student is eligible, then they will give an application form to the student portal. Eligible students will get a form through the university portal, and they have to fill up and apply for that. And some university, they will give a test. After getting an offer letter, they will send a link, university test. They have to attend that test, and they need to successfully complete. For example, 20 questions are there. In University of Law, they will send a test link to the students, and they have to attend that test, and correcting 12 questions, they will eligible for the interview session. And after successfully clearing the interview session, they will directly get 5,000 GBP. That's nearly 5 lakh rupees. So depend upon university, they have different frameworks. Yeah,
I understand. Thank you, Arjun. We are running out of time. Anyway, we have another 4 days to discuss more on this roadmap.
Yeah. You can ask if you have any queries, please email to me. I believe you have my email ID.
Yes, it is
so
there.
Yeah, I can follow up with that.
Passing the queries through your email, and we'll be sharing the telephone numbers also. If they want, they will interact with you directly.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah, definitely. It's our pleasure. Now it's our time to give a vote of thanks. Now I request Dr. Neeraj Gupta to deliver a vote of thanks.
Shall I stop share the screen?
You can stop the screen. Dr. Neeraj?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, please.
I, Dr. Neeraj Gupta, on behalf of Civil Engineering Department, MIT School of Engineering and Technology, MIT University, Haryana, would like to extend gratitude and regards to the management of MIT University. A special thanks to the Honorable VC Sir, Dr. P.V. Sharma, Pro Vice Chancellor Madam, Dr. Padmakali Banerjee, and the Director Madam, Dr. Salni Bhaskar Bajaj, for allowing us to conduct the event and providing the required infrastructure for the same. Further, I may like to express our sincere thanks to Mr. Arjun LM from Win Your English and Consultancy for giving an excellent talk on the visa application process in UK. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for Mr. Arjun LM for giving us insight about the various career and education opportunity in UK. I would also like to appreciate the efforts made by the Head of Civil Engineering Department, Dr. Naveen BP, for planning and organizing the workshop. My special regards to all the faculty members and non-teaching staff of the ASET for their time and cooperation in organizing this workshop. I also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the participants for attending the workshop. Without your participation, this event would have not been possible. So thank you all. And tomorrow we have a session on the USA student visa roadmap by Ms. Sveta. So that is also a very wonderful session. So join us on time at 2 o'clock. So thank you all.
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, I request all participants, please fill your feedback before leaving.
And may also invite all the participants turn on their camera for the group photograph.
Dr. Praveen, we have another 4 days, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Okay, sir.
you, Neeraj. Thank you,
Thank you.
Arjun. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for giving this
Yeah.
opportunity. Thank you.
Bye-bye.